Today on Junkyard Digs, we play with fast hair removal.
Whoa, pump the brakes. A few of you have asked, hey Kevin, how do you find these cars? So we're going to do things a little different today, and I'm going to show you how. As many of you may remember, back in June I did this series with a barn find Fiat, and at the end I sold the car, which in turn left me with a little cash to play with for the YouTube channel. A couple months later I got a call from my friend Ben, and he sent me a couple pictures of a car that had been sitting behind a house his brother just moved into. It was really hard to see what was back there, but as soon as I saw that front end, I knew I had to get in my truck, head down to Ames, and check this thing out right away. Once I arrived in Ames, I was greeted by a 1974 Datsun 260Z 2+2. It was so clean that I bought it on site. Being so anxious to get it home, I hopped back in the F100, thundered home to get the truck in the trailer, and then came to pick it up. As soon as the paperwork was taken care of, we went through the process of getting the car onto the trailer and then made tracks home through the rain.
I hope the hook's home.
In a sense, this is the first time in the last 16 years that the car had reached highway speeds.
It's going so fast.
Once home, I decided to make things easy and wash the car in the rain.
This sucks! Ah! Where's my bikini?
So there you have it. That's the behind-the-scenes legwork that you guys miss between episodes when it comes to me finding cars. The best resource, in my opinion? People. Word of mouth is always the best way to find a barn find. So without further ado, I give you the last of this summer's revival series, the Datsun.
Boom! The new project car, 1974 Datsun 260Z 2+2 with air conditioning. We finally have a car with air conditioning. Does it work? I have no idea. Does it run? I have no idea. Let's find out today on Junkyard Digs. Purely for the sake of rolling this, we're going to air up these sketchy-ass cracked tires. This car is completely chock full of mouse poop, so that's step 2 once we get it in the garage. Just gonna send it. We need a name for this car. If it gets a Mustang driveline, it'll definitely be the Datsun. But, oh, post a comment. What should this car be named? Alright, so I don't know jack shit about Datsuns or very much about these kind of imports, but I do know a lot about cars, so it's all basic knowledge we're going to apply. The last time this car was licensed was 2001, so this car's been sitting for 16 years. That's older than my cameraman. How old are you?
15.
I remember when I was your age. I was 16. So what we're going to do is we're going to drain the gas, we'll go through the plugs, throw some transmission fluid down the cylinders, make sure it frees up any stuck rings, and just do basic maintenance to get it running. Let's begin. Oh, that stuff's so old it turned back into dinosaurs. It's like brown. Tank's solid though. This whole car's very solid. Nothing like a fresh piece of gas in the morning. Alright, so this car was built really well for being in traffic overseas where they're native to. So it was built to be everything, all the fuel lines are insulated, and it's running a return system. So my idea here was to just run the return system, flush out the carburetors, but there's new gas in the bowls. I'm going to flush it all out the return line over there. And run that till it clears up. That's fresh gas. But if I'll have my assistant here cycle the pump real quick. Stop. Yeah, both carbs are spraying out of this vacuum line that was just dumping out of here. So I believe that to mean that in this diaphragm is either stuck or broken on both
we'll tear that apart and we'll see what we can do about it. Alright, so the good news is it is a float system. The bad news is it's pretty corroded in there. So we may be rebuilding carburetors. So it's not honestly terrible, but let's see if I can get this float freed up and see if we can get it running. Alright, so while I'm over here working on getting these floats cleaned up to the point of operation for now, Jesse is vacuuming out the car, which I will get a shot of. I need some before pics of this. Alright, let's explore the rat stang as it currently is. Look at that, that's nasty. Jesse, if you could be so kind, please open the glove box. What's in here? Holy shit. Is that a glove or is that poop?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's poop. You know what? I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Overall, the interior of this car is really, really good. Nice headliner. Pretty sure this is a car that's been in the hands of rich collectors its whole life. And then just eventually came to me. But let's see what you found over here. But I said that this car would evolve its own name, and I think we're getting close. Something along the lines of the Mousetrap Datsun, or the Exterminator, the Tomcat, something there, because there's 3 dead mice so far. Oh, there's a mouse skeleton. Dude, this thing is the Ratsun. The Ratsun. That's too close to the Rotsun.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Alright, so currently I am in the process of pulling spark plugs to fill the cylinders with a bit of transmission fluid to help free up any stuck rings. This motor cranks over just fine, but there could be rings that are stuck within the piston themselves, not allowing it to make compression. So we're going to try to free those up the safest way possible, change the oil, do a couple other things before we try to start this. But look what I just came across. Look at that. What in the hell? It's packed solid, so we're gonna get new plugs too when we go get oil. Alright, so I've got some transmission fluid in all these cylinders. We're gonna tap it over to get it to rotate through, get it on all the rings. I'm gonna try to cover the sides of the cylinder wall, just turn it over slowly. Battery's pretty low, so it should crank slow, if at all. This stuff spraying out?
Yeah.
Alright, so Jesse's plugging away at the interior here. It's actually really, really clean inside once we get all the mouse poop out. The trunk has the full-size original spare. Alright, check out the spare tire well though. It's actually full of water, which I believe to be from the rain yesterday, because there is 0 rust in this. This whole car has literally no rust on it, which is incredible because this is an Iowa car as far as I'm aware. It's been here for 16 years, sitting most of those years, and covered inside. But still, this thing is stupid clean. We're gonna scrub that out later, but for now, just keep plugging away. I almost got the fuel system wrapped up. We need to get some new spark plugs, change the oil, and then see if it'll start. I just spent $60 on filters, oil, and plugs. With that being said, there's the first $60 invested in this car. Let's see if it's enough to make it run. Yummy. Smells a little gassy, but not terrible. Gone ahead and pre-filled our oil filter so we can get oil to the bearings that much quicker. I'm using a Wix filter, that's all I run. I don't run Fram, they're garbage. It's the same as a small block Ford oil filter, interestingly enough. But as with all, make sure you're not doubled up on your seal. Put a little bit of oil on your seal, and go just hand tight, and a little more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Let's see if she starts.
First start and somewhere between 7 and 16 years. Oh, I thought about it. Come on, girl. For a bit. A little smoky in here. I think there's still so much transmission fluid running around the engine that we fouled out some of the plugs. So I'm going to pull the plugs, blow out the cylinders again, and we'll go from there. Now before I go ahead and pull the spark plugs out, I thought to myself, I said, maybe we should clean the rotor and cap, because we might not have enough spark to blow the shit off of it. So it's a little corroded, not gonna lie. I might do it. We'll see. We shall see. Yep. That's only fine on like 3. It's like one cylinder is getting gas. Alright, so I believe that I've come to the conclusion that it is not getting fuel through the carbs. The floats are working properly, as far as I'm aware. We're going to keep playing with this, see what we can find out. Alright, we're going to try to apply the old roadkill cover the carburetor so they suck all the shit out of their own jet trick. Give her hell! Pull the choke. Alright, try it again. There you go. Stop. Okay, crank it. Choke off. That was a lot of blow by, but there's a little smoke in here too. That was acting really weird. Was it choke off?
Choke's off.
Go ahead, crank it. What?
Let's score 500 RPM.
Alright, sweet. Alright, so when we last left off here, our shop got taken over. We had to move out, bad lighting, bunch of stuff. Anyway, when we last left off, you saw me plugging the carburetors with my hands. We got them both cleared out so they would run on idle. Next thing I moved on to was playing around with the mixer screws. They weren't doing anything, so I'm going to pull the carbs and rebuild them. But for now, we're going to leave it at this. Ta-da! So there you have it. That is the 1974 Datsun 260Z 2+2 with air conditioning. We still need a name for it, so if you guys have a good name, post a comment below. You will see this car plenty more in the future. This thing is super clean, and I'm kind of feel ashamed to hack it up and drop a V8 in, so we'll see. We haven't decided yet. I want to thank my brother for his help today. Thank you, cameraman.
You're welcome.
Thank my audience over there. And thank you guys for hitting the like button and subscribing to this video. This is the first start in 10 years, followed by the next video will be the first drive in 16 years. We need tires, we need some tuning, we need a couple other things. But that will be coming to you next time on Junkyard Digs. Peace.